These are finger tabs. Now, of all things people might ask when watching the Olympic Games, this might be one of the more obvious ones. What are they wearing on their hands? And the reason why is, again, probably obvious to most people. It's for finger protection. The extended question might be, why these particular ones? Why do they look so fancy or weird or colorful, metallic? So, as usual, we'll go through the longer version of what these things are and how they're used in modern archery. So in any kind of archery, finger protection is very, very important. Now, some people will shoot bare fingers. We're not saying you can't do that. Some people will build the calluses or the rough fingers where they can shoot with bare fingers. But there is a very significant risk of injury. Now, if it's not blisters, which can be healed and you can build calluses, one of the primary concerns with using bare fingers, especially with modern archery, is nerve damage. With the string pinching on the joint of the fingers primarily, you might get a nerve injury where repeated incidents of having that pressure on the bare fingertips might cause a nerve to be crushed or pinched, which can result in very sharp pain and numbness. Not everyone will experience it. Some people can shoot their whole lives with bare fingers without having any nerve damage, but the fact that it can happen is plenty of reason why we advocate finger protection in some form, no matter what archery you shoot. Now, the more common form of protection you see in traditional archery is a glove. So you might be asking, well, why not use a glove instead of a finger tab? And short reason is a finger tab is actually better for several reasons. A glove is more practical because you can leave it on, you can wear it, you can manipulate other things with it. Like, for example, if you're in the field or you're hunting, then a glove is generally useful for a lot of things. But on the target range, you don't need practicality, you want superior performance. And tabs do offer several advantages. And the biggest one to note is that finger tabs offer a smooth, flat surface. With gloves and with bare fingers, they are contoured to the hand, so you have a lot more softness. It might be still thick and protective, but because it's softer and it's shaped the finger more closely, you find that the releases would not be as clean as someone using a tab. There are simply less contours and less shape to catch onto the string. Again, these are like millimeter differences, but in a sport of millimeters on target and in the archer, any advantage you can get is desirable. So you will see that these flat surfaces are the universal preferred tool for finger protection in modern target archery. So just to reiterate, most people will say finger protection, but the finer nuanced answer is smoother surface. So there are both protective reasons and consistency and accuracy reasons. The next level question is, why these ones and not just these ones? Tabs are fairly straightforward pieces of equipment. They're just a piece of leather you can make yourself at home. Cut one out, put a hole in it for your finger. A lot of the cheap tabs you get at clubs are very similar to this, and that's ample finger protection. You don't really need more than this. And again, a lot of trad archers don't need more than this. It works completely fine. So why go more complex? The reason is perhaps the same as most of the patterns you see in these videos, and that is the more competitive you are, or the higher up you go in competition shooting, the more precise you want your equipment to be. I mean, it's more customization, more personalization, more adjustability. That's really what these tabs, these high-end tabs, are meant to accomplish. They're meant to give you the right feeling, just the right feeling, which means that when you see those colorful tabs with these bulky plates and colorful things, it's mostly things which help you change the shape of the tab itself. Typical tabs are one size fits all, which means that it won't fit everyone perfectly. So what you find with these tabs are things like palm plates, which you can move in or out, so that when you put your hand in the hook position for the string, it might make your hand fit a certain shape, so you don't have the wrong grip or the wrong tension. So that can be adjusted to fit you perfectly. Some archers have a pinky rest on the bottom here, which means you can put your pinky on that thing so it stays away from the string, which is a habit which people have. And there are several other adjustments. Some people have a thumb plate, where they put the thumb on the plate for the right shape. others don't. Some have it on the very top where they can touch it on their jaw, some don't. Again, most of this is adjustability. That's why the top end finger tabs have a lot more features. Again, you can have the same functionality with a basic tab, but people like having more customization, which is why the tabs you see are a bit more complex. Last thing to note is this part of the tab. You'll definitely see this in Olympic shots because you'll see the archer pull back and this thing sticking out. This is the finger spacer, and as the name suggests, it spaces the fingers, specifically the top and middle finger, which pinches this spacer. This serves actual important function because it allows the archer to have a strong grip on the string without the fingers coming together. Now what happens is with a normal bow, which we'll show right now, without a finger spacer or a tab without one of the habits people have is they will, when they draw the string back, pinch the arrow, and that can introduce several problems. You don't want to touch the arrow with your fingertips. That should make some sense. So people can train to shoot without it, but it's a natural habit for many people to, as they draw it back, the fingers will squeeze together. It's kind of hard to avoid doing so, but it can be done. So the finger spacer guarantees that. So when you have a tab with a spacer, you maintain the spacing so you simply don't have any contact with the arrow at all. And just to illustrate that, we have the modern tab with the finger spacer. When we draw it back here, we maintain that spacing all the way through. So that gives us a bit of an edge in terms of having one less thing to worry about. And for those who are really curious and observant, these things are easy to take on. It's just one loop, so you slip it on, and you slip it off. People in the shooting line will normally keep it on because it's already there. It's hassle to take it on and off all the time, which is why you see at the team events people will do like high fives or fist bumps with the tab on. Otherwise they'll flip it around and just wear it like this, especially when you're scoring or manipulating things. But apart from that, you'll probably put it in a pouch on your quiver. Anyway, hope you found that a very brief explanation interesting, curious and helpful. Again, one of those small, minute things which you might observe and want to find out more about. As usual, with these bizarrely specific details, I've got several videos covering them. Apart from that, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you found it interesting, helpful. Hopefully, we'll see you next time.